Now, more than 8 consecutive weeks, continued jobless claims in Ohio ticked up last week. That's according to numbers from the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services. It's not all bad news for Ohio after welcoming in early May. Initial jobless claims dropped last week during rural hirings have lost their jobs recently. The state's labor force participation rate stayed a tenth of a percent above the national average. A key measure of inflation rises to its highest level in nearly 3 years. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent acknowledges the economy is challenging for many Americans, but says it is still doing well. Our national political reporter Taylor Poplar is at the White House with the latest.
From Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent on Thursday, despite the Trump administration insisting the economy is boring. Department said Thursday that
Back this out a little bit.
that was the highest level in nearly 50 years, but behind the energy costs increased the most advertising housing and utilities. So yeah.
Looks good. What's going on, everybody? Let me do something here real quick. I'll be back in a sec. Here we go. We're back. Had to get the
Ability for making topic for Americans. New research published by the Peace Institution last night.
there we go. Kind of need to pick up around here. Turn that TV down. Kind of irritating me a little bit.
That he does not think about Americans' financial situations while he's negotiating with Iran.
There we go. That's better. Need to do some stuff on the car. I also need to pick up. Get my thingy up here. There we go. Anyway, so what's everyone up to tonight? How's the sound? Doesn't sound like I got any sound. No, I got it now. We're good. We're good. We're good. Filter. All messages. Now I can see what's going on. All right. You got to work on the fuel system tonight. I do need to pick up, clean up. Probably what we should do right now. Oh, great. not over here. So, oh, hey, Lotus. So I talked to Carl last night. Pretty good guy, man. I I do believe we're going to be going with Carnage for the exhaust system. Um, I like what he had to say. Sounds like the area that I was thinking about going anyway. So yeah, thanks for the hookup, man. Thanks for introducing me. Um, Definitely the correct way to go as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, he is a pretty good guy. I need to see if my mic works a little bit better right now. There we go. Now I'm happier with that. All right. None, son. Yeah, it is a pretty clear sound. If that's what you're talking about. I'm glad I switched to the iPhone. If you're talking about the video quality, feel like I sold my soul switching to iPhone, but eh, it's a lot clearer. I will say that. It is amazing. I mean, right? Just looking at the people that we've met. I mean, meeting you, Daryl, Never Done, all them guys, man. It's pretty neat the people you can connect with, and if you take the opportunities and you try to network with people, then you really can meet a lot of interesting people that can teach you a lot of things that you don't know, and I enjoy that. Joker, appreciate that. Anyway, what we need to do, Andy, let's get this shook out. Grab into this. I don't want it to hit the ground too much. All right, just stand down there, stretch it out. Don't let don't let the bottom part hit the ground. All right, ready? All right, flip it over. Need to start getting this back on the car, especially with the things going on. All right, spread it open. I just don't want the inside part to be touching the ground. I want to make sure there's nothing on it that's gonna tear anything up. There's no metal in it or nothing like that. Really need to pick up, get some of this stuff cleaned up so I'm not tripping on it no more. Let's fold this up.
Ready? Like I said, just make sure we don't let the soft side hit the ground, okay? Gonna have to take this home and probably vacuum it up so I can get it cleaned up good. Grab that corner. Set it on the back right here. Let's get this broom. Do need to, like I said, I take it home and run the vacuum cleaner on. It'll probably be fine. Definitely do that before we put it back on the car. Yeah, it sounds like I think you mentioned something about the RC stuff. So yeah, that was, you know, maybe go through some of these boxes here, kind of sort through it. That way I can start setting stuff out. I got to reorganize everything. Get my box of bolts back to where they need to be. Stuff like that. Alright, those are bolts. That's that. You can take this box here. Take this one, Andy. And what do we got in here now? This is all cleaning stuff here. Yeah. Alright. Slide that over that way. This is going to be clean rags in here. Down there now. Alright, what do we got here? Valve covers, valve cover bolts. There's all the covers in here. Alright. Let's get this whole kit together. So, this box here. These are these cheap ones that you find online on Amazon. They're kind of coil hiding ones. I'm not running these. I might paint them up and do something special with them for decoration or something like that. Not 100% sure. This box, on the other hand, this box all stays together. Water pump, bolts. This is paperwork I'm gonna need for this. Put this in the toolbox for the paperwork. This is paperwork for the coil covers. What do we got in here now? ICT. What those bolts are for. That can go in the bolt box. You take the tools. Nelson. Alright. Yeah. I'll set it over here so I can put tools in it. Yeah. Ooh. Got a little bolt there for something. I don't know what that's for. Take this and set it on that table by the other bolts that might be laying up there. Pick them up. I've been looking for that too. Pick those zip ties. Put them on that table. Alright. That goes in there. I gotta put that with the car. So how's Nelson doing today? Let's see here. I know I got some more bolts over here. So these ones here are for more of these brackets. I'm trying to keep everything kind of together. So we'll just drop them down in here. I'm probably gonna need that. Oh, put that in the tool bin. Put that on top of the toolbox over there. Anybody looking for an accessory drive kit for an LS? Hit me up through an email and we'll talk. I got everything. Plus. I don't know what that is. I mean, I got intakes. We got valve covers. More valve covers, coil covers, full accessory drive kit, LS3 style water pump. Man, we got everything on there. What's up, Daryl? One thing I am not lacking is stuff to do this car plus extra. Alright, I think that's all that's got to go in there. But let me double check some things. Thought there was an alternator around here. Might be one up there. I know I got a nice alternator laying around. Man, there's more tools for the toolbox. Some of you gonna get a nice little package deal. I can tell you that much. That I might still run that. What's this box? That box didn't have nothing important in it. Spacers, bolts, tools, AC line fittings. Alright, this is what we're gonna do. Let's put these together because these can go with the suspension stuff I have here. I think that's the nut for them. Yeah, that's it. Alright, we got sway bars. What's that? He's over there with the sway bars. A plethora of bolts like you wouldn't believe. Man. Let me see that bolt container, Andy. That one, yeah, that box. Bring that over here. I am going to sit down and go through all of them. Believe it or not, I probably know what some of them are still for. Put that on the fender over here. Cotter pins that got to go back in. Header bolts. Spacers. Tools. Watch out, Andy. Andy, you're standing in front of the camera. Yeah, I should be worried I got such a vast amount of bolts. Extra parts are always good on a build, right? Alright, this is AC stuff. What do we got here? Transmission bracket. That I am more than likely not going to need. Set that out by that machine. What did you say? Unless that's one widget you forgot from everybody. Yeah, right? We don't forget engine bolts. Did we admit to? Oh, is that keys? Ah, great. These, I need a container for these. In that box that you just put over there is a small white box. Can you give me it? Yeah. These are trim screws. I need to keep these. I don't know how these ended up over here, to be honest with you. I mean, man, there's just stuff everywhere, guys. It's a trim bolt map. What do we got here? Oh, I need that. Alright. What's in this bag? Alright. Do me a favor, set that on the floorboard. Be careful, set that in there. There's a trim clip I've been looking for. And I'll probably forget where I put it. Set that there. Alright, that box is fine to stay there. That can go in there. Some 3M tape. Sanding disc, which we're gonna need. And some 1/8 inch fine line tape. That's some good tape there. Alright, we're making some headway. Know what I mean? Anyway, alright. Let's. That bolt can go in there. Put the rest of these in. Where's the bolt box? Which one was the bolt box? That one. I know for sure. I know where those go. I used to go on the car until I decided to change something like I'm constantly doing. That whole box can stay there. Slide that one out of the way. Alright. This, if I'm not mistaken, is run channels. That box can go with the rest of the rother strip stuff. That's tools. Here, go hang that back up where it goes, Andy. Part of the steering column that honestly ain't no good. I don't know why I'm holding on to it. For some reason, I see a point in holding on to it. Put this on top of the paint shelf. We're just gonna keep making our way over to that mess over there. That box can go there. Get that over to here. Okay, now water. Here's your mirror. This I can put over here because I'm not going to use it. Alright, so this is all fuel stuff, which can all go in there. Or, you know, AN stuff, braided fittings, stuff like that. This whole shelf is going to be something entirely different when I get over to it. Alright, what do we got in here? Here's some glaze. I think this is all lighting stuff in here. Alright, that's all lights. So I can set this box over here. Get back to it. Ooh, there should be some hardener over there if I'm not mistaken. I hope so. I hope the hardener's in here. Kind of hard to use glaze without hardener. I'm sure it's around here somewhere. Alright. It's kind of depressing over here. Guys, this is a mess. That is an utter disgrace. which is kind of why we're picking it up. Take all the tools, throw them down here, then I'll sit there, sort everything out. Sill plates. What do we got? Oh, hey, there's my hardener. Let me find me a piece of tape. We'll tape that on there so we don't lose it. I knew I had some. What up, Tulu? Vic? I didn't even see you sneak on in there, guys. Tulu, that small block sounding good, man. AG? Well, I appreciate you popping in, man. That's the least you can do, right? Tickle the algorithm and get on with your busy lives because, well, everybody's got things to do. Alright, so. Alright. This is fuel line stuff. So, this is what we're going to do. Got fuel line stuff here. Stuff I really don't need. Like, I don't know if I'm going this route. Probably not. I'm looking for AN fittings, and here I got a bunch right here. What do we got in here? It would be nice to find the rest of this system here. Alright. So this is all fuel stuff in here. So let's go this route. We'll put the rest of that in here. I am gonna have to I do gotta do something here while I'm thinking about it. Hey man, you know what? Looked like a pretty decent car too. Now that being said, give me 1 second. If anybody's interested, I know you're kind of a G-body guy, but that doesn't mean I have a line on a very nice 79 Trans Am. It'd be a pretty nice car for somebody. Brand new motor, 350 Olds rocket in it. Body's super clean, super solid. It does need a little bit of the rear tail pan for the rear lights, the tail lights needs to be replaced. But he's got the pan with it. It's got a full interior, Trans Am shaker hood. He wants Flowmaster exhaust, full exhaust, headers. It's a 350 rocket, probably got 100 miles on it. He wants $3,000 for it. It's pretty clean. And to be honest with you, I can't believe I haven't gone over and snagged it up myself, but I've got other priorities right now. Garage being my number one concern. It sounds like it's a pretty good deal. He has, oh, so Daryl, you did see the pictures. He does have the bumper for it. He's got everything for the car. Yeah, I sent Daryl pictures of it, and he could, it doesn't look like a bad car. I know the car personally. So, that's what I was looking for. It was an uncle of mine's car. But unfortunately, he passed away. Tack strip screws. It's funny. We were looking for them screws, and here they are. What do I got here? Is this more bolts? Is that accessory brackets? Oh, Lord. Yeah, I just got stuff everywhere. Push rods. That sure is what it is. Accessory bracket bolts. I guess I'll dump them in that box with the rest of them. Huh. Hold on. Feel bad for whoever gets that box of stuff. They got more extra bolts and spacers and everything else than they'll ever need. Little brake hardware boxes. These brake pad boxes are great for storing stuff. I'm actually thinking about maybe boxing all that LS stuff up. All them brackets, water pump, alternator, man, you name it. Think about boxing it up, maybe sending it down to Grand Peto. See if think he'd be interested in it. I felt bad for him on what happened with that engine of his. Alright. Oh, more brackets. This is alternator only. You set your car up 6 different ways from Sunday with that setup in that box. Well, there's my hood latch I've been looking for. It's amazing what you find when you actually start picking your stuff up. Can you go put that? No. Never mind. That's junk. You can throw that away, Andy. Alright. So this is fuel stuff here. This is ignition wires. It's got a lot of little mucks, little bolts and screws and whatnot in it. Huh? Alright. Screws, bolts, and whatnot. That all goes over in this box and whatnot. Alright. Ignition stuff. Now, I am missing a box that's got some wiring in it. Is that more? Ooh, I gotta take that back. That's a couple of bucks on that one. That's like a $50 tensioner I don't need. I think I found that. Alright. This is the wiring box. That's wiring. That's not. That's not wiring. This box can go over there for right now, but I'm sure I'm going to use it for something. Here's some rope that's got to get put back over there. Arbors I don't need. That has got to get painted. Seats. More bolts. Alright, let's put ignition stuff in there. Let's do that. No. Let's not do it like that. Alright. That's evil. This is this. wiring and receipts. Jumper wire for something with the wiring stuff. Well, obviously it goes with the wiring stuff. Not gonna need that. Important. Some kind of refund policy. Firewall brackets. Using bolts. More firewall brackets. More wiring stuff. Alright. Now I can put ignition stuff in this box. Keep it all there. Wheel spacers that I was looking for at one point in time that I couldn't find anywhere. Wonder why. Garage is a mess. Go figure. Lotus, take it easy, man. Let's get a garbage box going here. I don't really want to throw paint cans away because some of them got formulas on them that I'm going to need. It's garbage. It's needed there. Fuel pump. Anybody need a fuel pump? That is a nice dang fuel pump. It's from Summer Racing. I can't remember the part number on it. I got it around here somewhere. There's my fuel box. Fender supports. Fuel filter. Fuel pump bracket. More fuel hose. Another box. Alright, what do we got here? I think this is all wiring, ECM. Is this the coil harness I was looking for at one point? More than likely. Alright. Let's see if we can plug into our coils real quick. Make sure I got the right harness. 'Cause I guarantee you I can't take it back. It's been too long. Six. In the wrong spot. Alright, here we go. Let's go 2. 4. 6. 8. Now, I need to get an extension so I can run this over to the frame. But something tells me if I didn't get that on there, I'm gonna end up losing them. You got 1, 3, 5, 5. Those are on. 100-foot wire spool of cable. It's in the Bendix box. I guarantee you it's stuff for the intake. So any of the stuff I need right now, I gotta remember that I have off the rip. You know what? I gotta find my my TPS sensor. Nitro, what's up? I am just cleaning the garage up. I need to get a little organized here because I'm a little, well, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess, I'm not gonna lie. It's a disorganized disaster. And it's actually shameful. Not gonna lie. It's pretty bad. I believe these go with one of the valve cover sets. There's a brand new TPS sensor. I've got to find it. Let's see, Andy, take this. Let's set it right here. So nothing happens to it. What do we got here? This is Holly. This one. This is my transmission harness. I'm gonna have to get that on here real soon. What do we got? Here's that knock sensor. Holly. Might be a knock sensor wire. Easy TCU, I believe. A Holly display. There's a computer. What else we got in here? I'll break these down to a couple boxes here. Alright. Garbage. Alright. Ports there. Vacuum line I'm gonna need eventually. Oh, hey. What do we got here now? Look into that bad boy. It's for the transmission mount. Body plugs, whatnot, screws. No, that's for my window thingies. Definitely need them. Our steering pump stuff I do not need. Some rivets. I think that's for the pump too. Alright. This bracket, this box, I gotta go through this one here. Because I really am a little concerned here with where I put this sensor at. Okay. These plastic pieces are difficult to find, and can't believe I still have them. Bunch of original clips. Bolt screws, washers, and whatnots. That stuff can all kind of stay in there. I hate how this looks, but to be honest with you, it's probably about the best we're going to get with it. They just pot metal. It's just a hard material to get done and finished. Probably going to have to strip that one off of another piece. Got a busted piece of plastic on it. One of the slides are broke. Thankfully, I've got another control unit. Still need to figure out exactly how this thing goes in that car. I know how it slides in, but I can't seem to get it in there with everything going on it good. Oh, here we go. Someone talking about the remoter here. We got a 401. That's an AMC product, right? Here's your 401. What are you working on? What was the 401 in? I think it was like a Jeep motor, if I'm not mistaken. 40 over. Huh. Jamie, what's going on? I'm a little interested about this engine here. Is that you walking around? Oh. Let's see. What did I do with this sensor? 400 Chevy. So, I mean, but here's the thing. Do you have enough of the engine together to get it running and on the road? I mean, certain things can be taken care of later on down the road, like 2.4s, the nitrous, and everything else. You can put a single 4 on it and be good to go. And then, as you get the funds back together, you can turn around and start doing the upgrades. But I will say this: there's one thing about selling something because you need the money, and yeah, I get it. We've all been there. But there's also something else to be said for something that you can just go out in the garage and tinker with and pass time, and you get your mind off of things and just kind of an escape. Sometimes the money just ain't worth what you gain in being able to do that. Ah, block cracked. So I mean a 400 Chev 40 over. That's, if I'm not mistaken, that's getting pretty thin. But where'd they crack the block at? Um, 400. That's a hard motor to find. That sucks. I used to be able to find them 400s everywhere. Can't find them nowhere now. I had a couple of them. Wonder if. I wonder. Did I shove it back here because I knew I'd be doing something with it? And I'm like, it'll be good stored back here. I've been known to hide stuff in the intake before. Huh. Huh. Okay, so you got a 283 with a 400 crank. It's 40 over. Now I'm interested. Let me do a little bit of math here. Huh. $400 block. I mean, Three crankshaft. I'm really kind of trying to figure this out here real quick. This is kind of interesting. Um, I'm really interested in this. I mean, it's really got me kind of intrigued. You know what I mean? Uh, Give me a second here. So, I mean, you're really increasing the stroke on that. I mean, that's like 4 1/4, 4 1/8. Like 4 1 2 5. So you're adding almost like an inch of stroke to that thing. .400 crank uses a large 265 journal. I mean, if you de-stroked it with, if you went the other way, I mean, you could rev that thing to the moon. I'm kind of wondering how they did that. Well, I mean, yeah, LSs are nice, but LSs are nice because they're cheap to build power on and stuff like that. But what you got going on is a very interesting build, and that's like I walk up in a car show and I see somebody running an inline six, like an old 225 slant six or an old 300 Ford or even like a 265 Chevy, and they build them. I will sit there and study that inline six before I study any other engine because to me it's different. It's cool. I love the LS. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love the LS platform. But there's something to be said about a guy that just goes way outside the block and just starts doing weird stuff. It makes it work. That's cool. Um, so what all did you have to do to get that in there? I mean, did you bore the block out and that's why it cracked? Did you have the main journals on the crank turned down? I mean, I want to know how you got that crank in that engine. How much clearancing did you have to do to the bottom side for that stroke? That's the stuff I want to know. Like, what did it take to actually do that? I guarantee you it took a lot because I've done the regular 280 to 383 stroker route, and yeah, that takes some clearance in and this and that, and but when you're going from like you're putting 3/4 of an inch to almost an inch of stroke into an engine, and we're talking custom pistons. We got a lot of things we're starting to seriously consider here now. I mean, I can see it make a big power, but what I like about it, see, now one thing I've never done is de-stroke an engine. I would love to de-stroke an engine because you put the right valve train in there, man. You could run that thing up to 8, 9,000 RPM and just let it hold there all day long. To me, that's cool. Um, take like a 350 crank or something like that and put it in an old 265 Chevy, or even a 327 crank and put it in a 265 Chevy V8. That'd be cool. I think so. Definitely would garner a lot of attention, though. Like, I get off this here tonight, man. I'm really gonna sit down and study this. Matter of fact, Nitro, I'm subscribing to your channel real quick. Uh, let's see. Love to explore new channels I have not seen before. That's it. I'm also working a 750 horsepower NOS 283 short box Chevy. It needs work. But previous runs made 740, 751, 711 foot pounds. Okay. I think you need to start putting some videos up on this thing. Even if it is cracked, man. I want to know where it cracked at so we can figure out why it cracked. I hate to see send another block out, get all this work done, just to open you up to the same thing. So if it was a main cap crack or something along them lines, can we could we splay the block and make it a 4 bolt? That would strengthen it up. Hmm. All right. Uh, as an notch the block. Okay, this is very interesting. Uh, had an notch the block. It had to mock up the stuff. Use the feeler gauge to have 55 thou or 5.5 thou between the rods and the block. Stock 400 rods. Yeah, I bet you did. So, what did you do for pistons? Um, that had to have been a custom set of slugs you threw down in there. It had to have been short skirted too. How much did you have to clear off the bottom of the sleeve for clearancing? Huh. I don't know. I mean, I think it's neat. I'd honestly like to see that one. I really would. Stupid. All right, guys. It's 8 o'clock. I'm going to get off. I'm going to jump on over to Daryl's channel, Metal Art Customs. Caught me in thought there, really thinking about that combination. Got my head scratching. I like that. Had to buy a 400 balancer. Well, yeah, because the 400 is externally balanced. Hmm. You need to put some videos up on your channel of it. That's what you need to do. I mean, I'd watch that stuff, man. You know what I mean? I mean, it sounds doable, and I ain't saying nobody's bullshitting, but I don't see. I mean, it's got to be a torque monster. That motor's all stroke. Hmm. Anybody got 283 laying around? I want to build a motor. I mean, okay, let's do this. Like I said, I'm not trying to call anybody out here, okay? So, Grandma Vic, what's up? Just talking about you a couple. I'm talking about great grand GV here a couple of minutes ago, about a half hour ago. Got a box here with his name all over it. Anyway, okay, so let's do this. Oh, okay. Well, I'd have been there if I'd have known you were. All right, let's do this. All right. So, So the 400 has a 2450 main journal, and the 283's got a 2300. Making the crank, well, obviously it's physically too large. Now, if you would have went the other way and put the 400 in the 283 into the 400, you'd have gone to 329 cubic inches. Huh. You're attempting to put a smaller crank in a larger block, or require the crank journals down. Okay. So what I want to know is what's the what's the stroke? All right, 400 SBC engine stroke. All right, so that's 3/4 of an inch of stroke with a 4 1/4 inch with a 4125 bore. Huh. No, I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'm just trying to figure out. I like the thought because it's a combination nobody would do. And like the saying used to go, people would be like, "Oh, I know a guy that built a 307 one time," and somebody's like, "Well, why would you build a 307? Why not just build a 350?" And the guy's like, "Because this is what I had." So he took what he had and took all the pieces parts and made a pretty wicked 307 Chevy. It sounds like that's kind of what you did there. And I just, I'd like to see some, I would like to see a tech video on it because I would like to see how you approached it. Um, what, what, what your thoughts were on it and all that other kind of stuff. I mean, that's the stuff that gets me. Cool, yeah, he built an engine. I want to know your thought process behind it. Why you decided to go the way you want. I want the story behind it. You know what I mean? Grandma, I've been doing pretty good. Um, I'm not really been having much of the side effects from the Lyme's disease, but I'm pretty good lately. Not bad. Um, Grandma, I really wish she'd call me up. I really do. I really want to talk to her before she goes in. Um, AG, that's kind of what I was getting at. Was it's a very intriguing build, and I'd want to build it just to see what that how that engine would behave. And that way, when I can tell everybody what I did, I can just blow their minds. Be like, what? You know what I mean? Um, I take everybody for their word. If you're going to tell me you did something, I'll believe that you did something until I'm proven otherwise. Now, if you've got a history of lying to me, I'm going to remember that history. But I'm not going to straight up and call somebody a liar just because what they did goes against the norm. I may question things, but I'm going to give that person the benefit of the doubt. And the way some of the stuff he's talked about leads me to believe that this engine exists. And I'm sure he's not the first person that's done it. I mean, the small block Chevy's been built so many different ways from Sunday that it's not really. It takes a lot to make a guy scratch his head and go, "Huh, that's cool." A 401 crank in it. Right. So, like I said, even the 305's crank is not very far off. So, I mean, it can be done. It's just like a lot of people look at you when you start talking big builds on small cubic inch motors. They look at you like, "What are you thinking?" I'm thinking that because this is what I got. You know, I'm not going out and spending $600-700 just to send a motor to the engine shop when I got a free one sitting here with parts laying all over the place. Why not build what I got? Got to spend the money. Hey, okay, cool that you admitted that. I still want to see the motor because I'm really intrigued by it. Right. You could send your friends building it. If you're getting involved, building it with them, man, that's all that needs to be, you know? There's plenty of things that I've done cool in my life and been involved with that were not of my doing. I just happen to be around the right people. Oh, man, you're going to have me thinking all night long. Nitro got me thinking. AG, you want to come up here and build a motor? You know what? People can be secretive for reasons. Some people just don't like to show people what they got. AG, you want to come up and build a motor? I got a buddy got a good machine shop. He said, absolutely, let's do it. Get up here to Ohio. I can't remember where you're at. Huh. Yeah, I'll go scare up a small block somewhere. I think I know where a couple are sitting. Matter of fact, I gotta check. I may have a couple 327s laying around, 283s. I know for sure. Well, okay, let's just say this. I bought a vehicle for a parts vehicle, and it's got a couple 6-liter LSs in the back of it, one underneath the hood. And the last time I looked, there was some small block 327, 283 style motors in it. I don't know really the cubic inches. I know one of them had a set of 202 heads on it. Leads me to believe that one's a 327. But I've also seen 283s with camel hump fuelie heads. So, but I know a 283, 327 when I see one. It'd be all the way stripped down and none of the telltale signs on it. I can tell one sitting there looking at it. Grandma, thank you. Um, yeah, have Hugh give me a call later on. Yeah. Hey G, my email is in my page bio. You seriously want to build a motor? You can get in this area. I'll tell you where to meet me, and I'll get a motor together, and we'll plan something out. We can do something. We can do something. If I'm not mistaken, I think I know your your region as far as a 3-state area would go. Yeah, send me an email, dude. If you really, I want to try something here. I'm gonna go out tomorrow. I'm gonna look at the van. I'm gonna see what's sitting back in there. I'm gonna make sure them motors in there are mine. And then I'm gonna talk to a couple people that got some materials laying around. I'm gonna start planning something here. I ain't got a whole lot of time because I got to get this thing finished up, but I would say more towards the fall after the garage is built, I'd definitely be interested in doing something. I think, yeah. Hey, now we can have a big old party, man. We can have a big old party in the garage. Um, I don't give my I people know the general area I'm at. But I don't give my location up. Um, very few people know my actual physical address. And I'm not even working in the same town that I live in. My grad, this facility's not even in the same town I live in. But yeah, I think we could have a party in the garage, plan it out a little bit. And I wouldn't even do like a. I think maybe even if we couldn't even, if I couldn't go along that line and build something along that line. Because I do, like everybody else, I have to watch the almighty dollar figure on things. It'd still be cool to get together with somebody and just slap a motor together and just kind of chill and hang out and build something and send it on down the road. You know what I mean? I think it'd be cool. Huh. Send me an email. We'll talk. We'll talk. I'm definitely going to do some homework tomorrow. All right, guys, I got to go.